Hi guys, it's Megan, and it is November 7th. How could we forget that? Because obviously there's a big day happening tomorrow. Anyway, so I just felt, because I've got so many hundreds and hundreds of people now following my videos and supporting me on YouTube, that I really needed to do an update because my last video was pretty awful. But I also believe that in order to help people, you have to be transparent and completely honest through this process. So as much as it might embarrass my family or whatever, I have to follow my heart, and I have to do what I also feel God is telling me to do or leading me to do. I'm going to be brutally honest here. The reason I'm in a little less severe condition right now, I'm not on the floor screaming for mercy and begging God to take my life, because it did get to that point, and my mom and Kenny were fearful for my life. We thought I was having seizures. All kinds of things were going on, and I didn't want to be here anymore, and I didn't think I could survive it. So after a discussion with my mom and Kenny, we decided I desperately needed to reinstate the Klonopin. That's so hard to say. Anyway, but I have refused to take more than 1 milligram in a 24-hour period. I was on probably 3 to 4 milligrams, for years and years. Even prescribed more than that, I just wouldn't take it. And as you guys can remember, first 14 years of that medication, it was for insomnia. This is not about an anxiety disorder. I never had anxiety. I never had a panic attack ever in my life. I used to get, nervous stomach and stuff before I would sing, that kind of just normal stuff. But, so anyway, so if you're looking at this saying, hey, this girl's got an anxiety disorder, she just needs to go, get an antidepressant, she'll be fine. No, it doesn't work that way. This is caused by the oversensitivity that happens to the GABA receptors in your brain after years of using benzos. Even if they weren't being abused, if you were even following your doctor's prescribed dosage as I was for years and years. So for 14 years, never once ever, not once ever took it during the daytime. Was not about that. Didn't do that for partying, as some people do as Xanax. Never had a reason to. It was prescribed for sleep. That's the way I took it. Till the attack started 3 to 4 years ago. And then a psychiatrist had me on more and more, and up to 3 to 5 milligrams a day. I just didn't take that much because it scared me. So I would suffer horribly between dosages, but at the time didn't know what was going on at all. My psychiatrist of 2 years had me on every medication you can imagine, from Zyprexa to lithium to Seroquel to, there's nothing. 10 electroconvulsive shock treatments, or electroconvulsive therapy they call it, where they actually put you to sleep and cause you to have seizures. This is supposed to help with depression, which is not why I was there at the hospital. I was there for unexplained anxiety and panic attacks. But they still performed that procedure over a 3-week period 10 times. I did not get better. I did not get better with medications, more and more of them. My doctor couldn't understand why. Of course, he's a pill pusher, as most psychiatrists are. And they love to push benzos because it's an easy fix. So we didn't know what was going on until we started doing more research and found out that everything that I was experiencing was due to benzodependency. So then, the hard part, you realize you can't do a slow taper because your body's not going to allow you to do that. You're already in severe withdrawals. You're already very sick. So you trust a place, a detox center. For me, it took 2 down in Florida. And they, after being on something for 17 years like that, 6 days later, they say, you're done. And then that's when you go home, and within a week or 2 or so, you start what is called post-acute withdrawal syndrome, which is what I'm still in. What happens is I wait till about as late as I can in the day to take a 1 milligram of Klonopin, so that hopefully by the time Kenny gets home, we can have some peace in our home, and we can eat dinner. And so I just try to go about the day, keeping busy. Jennifer Lee, that I spoke to you guys about on Facebook, she recommends the 3 G's. God, number 1. That's not a problem for me. And gardening, which I'm going to, and these are the things that helped her get through 2 years of, she said, wanting to die. Outside gardening. Bad time of year, really, just be starting that, but I'm going to do what I can. And gluten. No gluten. Absolutely. So I've gone off gluten. If you tell me to, I don't know, jump up and down with one leg, I'll do whatever anybody suggests is within reason that might help what is going on. I've already done a lot of screaming and hollering this morning, feeling like I'm done. I can't do it anymore. I know I keep posting positive scriptures because I come across one and I feel it in my heart and soul with everything I am, and then it just sometimes, as quickly as the positivity comes, the negativity comes in like a tidal wave, and you just feel like you can't do it anymore. And because what happens also with benzo withdrawal is you don't know from day to day if it's going to be another week, another month, another 3 months, another 6 months, another year, another 2 years. So it's extremely, extremely terrifying in that respect. And now I have to deal with starting a taper of the 1 milligram that I had to go back on. And that is extremely terrifying because I know that I could end up at the end of this being back where I was before. And if when that happens, I'm going to have Kenny video actually that, because you guys have not even come close to seeing the worst of this. So anyway, I wanted to be upfront and honest about that, because I don't want people to continue to say, hey, you're 70 days in, you're 8, whatever, because that's not the case. But I do not, absolutely will not increase my dose. I will, suffer till I take that dose. And then I usually get a few hours of relief, which is absolutely, is like bittersweet, because it's kind of disgusting, because you go, this tiny little pill is able to just like, I can be screaming and hollering and take this tiny little pill and it all goes away. Except for the fear that it's all going to start over in a few hours' time. So, anyway, what else can I say? Tomorrow, as you know, I tried to raise money, but there's no way I can get to a hospital. The 2 detox centers that I went to before totaled a self-pay amount that they agreed to on for me of about $14,000. That's already, my family has already paid out. If we had that money back, that certainly would help get me someplace. But this is a hard time to ask people for money. It's Christmas. I mean, So those of you who gave what you can, I'm so grateful, and I will use that for doctor's appointments. Somebody even suggested that I get a comfort dog. I am here all alone most of the time. So nobody, not feeling sorry for myself, please, but people, I think people are scared. You know, they don't know what they're going to find if they come visit. They don't know what's going to happen if they call you on the phone. They don't know what to say. They don't know what to do. And rightfully so, because this is not something that even doctors want to deal with or have studied about dealing with it. But shame on them, because all the information is out there. People have been going through this for decades now. It is an epidemic in this country. It is an epidemic in the UK, as I posted on. In fact, it's the number one drug epidemic in the UK, and it's people like me that are feeling completely helpless because there's no medical help out there, unless you can afford possibly to go away someplace for where they can monitor you and have nurses and doctors around, 24/7 for say 90 days, or be like a Stevie Nicks who can afford to go to a Betty Ford Center, and that's what she did when she got off of Klonopin. For 47 days she went. So anybody who tells you that Crescent Pines, if anybody knows anybody who works there here locally in McDonough, they are a joke. Because my family doctor wanted me to go there. We went and talked to them. Oh, you can't possibly be going through withdrawal from Klonopin. Oh no, we take people off in 5 days and they're fine. So it's absolute ignorance. And it's a disgusting and shameful ignorance on the medical community. It's even more shameful that any doctor out there is prescribing any benzo for longer than a 4-week period of time. Maximum 4-week period of time. If you want to know what it does any longer than that, like I said, it's all over the internet. Research it, and research first and foremost Dr. Heather Ashton, as I've told you guys before. I lost my train of thought. Also something very common with benzo use and withdrawal, and especially when you never fall asleep, as I don't ever fall asleep. So I am beyond sleep deprived. I don't even know. I don't even know. The sleep deprivation is horrific. And I know I use that word a lot, so sorry about that. Anyway, but tomorrow, because I can't go to a hospital, or Kenny found a specialist who has been dealing with addiction, a psychotherapist who's been dealing with his primary specialty is addiction and prescription medication addiction. Since he's been doing it since the 1970s. But he also believes in long-term tapering of benzo, and that's not really an option for me. So, not sure what's going to happen. That appointment is tomorrow in Smyrna at 4 p.m. It's scary. It's just, you just want the nightmare to be over. And for those of you who don't know, I'm going to put this out there also. My brother was diagnosed a year and a half ago with multiple myeloma. And if you don't know what that is a blood cancer that attacks the bone marrow. November is National Marrow Month, so please, it's a very easy test, a saliva test that you can do. I guess it's your health department or your doctor's office to put you in a database for a bone marrow donorship. The reason I bring that up is because I am in no way trying to act like my hell is any worse than anybody else's. Certainly not my brother's, who's been fighting something so unimaginable himself for a year and a half and fighting for his life. He's a very private person, so I don't mention it much on Facebook. This bracelet has been on my arm for a year and a half now, pretty much, or more, since he was diagnosed. It never comes off. I shower with it, I sleep with it, everything. And this is represents the cancer that he has. And if there's not a bracelet like this for Benzos, there's gonna be, because I'm gonna create one. Just saying. Anyway, so my prayers are also always with my brother and his family as they fight. And, my mom has 3 kids. One of them is very far away in Washington State, and my brother's in Maryland, and I don't get to see him. I haven't seen him since his diagnosis. But 2 of her kids, her oldest, myself, and her middle child, my brother, are very, very sick, and she needs us both. My kids need their mom, and I don't know if they're too. I don't know. I don't ever see them. I'm not going to lie and say that I truly understand that, and not trying to put a guilt trip on them, because they work so hard, and they're such wonderful kids, and they've got so much going on. And Curtis is about to be a dad, and but I miss him, and I wish I could see him. I really do. And that something like this is keeping me from my life and my family, and being able to share. I didn't get to go to a baby shower. I haven't gotten a picture with my daughter-in-law carrying my son's baby. And, the baby's due in a couple weeks. And so I guess that photo's not going to happen. But it sucks. I'm just going to say it. It just does. And, actually, this has gone much longer than I thought it was. It's probably going to take 2 days to load. But anyway, all you guys out there who have been supporting me, and all my new friends, Rose from the UK, Jennifer, actually a couple of Jennifers, but Jennifer that I text every day, she's also going through this. If you guys would pray for her. She's in this process of still tapering, and she's going through hell as well. She's a beautiful, I think, 42-year-old woman, who's going through the same thing that I am. I've been talking to people all over the world on my videos who are sharing their stories with me, and in support of me and what I'm trying to do with the awareness of what is going on with benzodiazepines and all over the world. And so just pray for all of us, and support people like David Fava, who has the Benzo Withdrawal and Addiction Recovery page on Facebook. And any other way that if you're looking for a new charity to support, this is a good one. There's even a national Benzo Awareness Day that was actually back in the summer that we didn't know about, because I was probably in the hospital in Florida. All right, so you guys know what's going on, right? I'm actually doing my best to try to stay calm through this. I've already done a lot of screaming and hollering today, and anyway, sorry. So with all that said, love you guys. God bless you guys for hanging in there with me, for not doubting me, for not, or those you know who you are, and for the new friends that I have made in this experience. May God be with us all every day. And may we continue to spread this so that other people don't have to go through it. Okay? I'm sure there's plenty of stuff I forgot to say, although I don't know how, because it looks like I've been talking for 20 minutes now. So, and if I ramble, that's because, like I say, I don't sleep. The symptoms are still they're still so horrific. But you know what? Like I say, other people are fighting worse, and I know that. Um, um, so yeah. But you know what? When you get in your car and you turn on your car and it starts and you're just driving to work, praise God. You're in your car, you're driving, you're doing something that you've taken for granted is such a simple little thing. If you're in traffic and someone cuts you off, so what? I mean, so what? Don't get upset. It's not worth it. Just enjoy life. If you look out and this drought has caused a couple of plants to die, you know what? It's okay. They can be replanted. If your husband gets on your nerves or your wife gets on your nerves, you know what? Just reminder that it's okay. That it's okay to have a bad day. It's okay to have bad moments. Just love each other. Just support each other. Just understand each other. Whether it's depression, whether it's menopause, whatever people are going through. Nowadays, we have at our fingertips. We can research it. We can say, hey, well, I wonder what's going on with my brother, with my spouse, with my child, and we can find out. That's how we found out, and thank God that technology, and thank God that Kenny has done more research than I have, that he doesn't look at me and go, what's your problem? Get it together. No, because he gets it. He's the one that reassures me that everything I'm going through is part of my brain having a drug for so many years that almost completely destroyed it. He gets it, and he's amazing. And I lost my engagement ring, but you know what? I used the word devastated about losing the ring, but you know what? It's a piece of jewelry. It was special, but it's not as special as life. It's not as special as even being able to get in your car and take a trip to Walmart. I never thought that would mean so much to me. I did manage to go vote with Kenny. Of course, that was after the evil little pill that I'm temporarily back on right now. But I didn't think I was going to get to do that, but I did. So, and you guys do it too, all right? Tomorrow, you know what? And if your candidate doesn't win, let's be nice to each other. You know what? Because there's just too much hell in the world, and there's just too much sadness, and there's too much despair, and there's too much hopelessness. So, as Ellen would say, be kind to one another. Be grateful. Be Christ-like, because he's the big picture, and he's why we're all here. And if you don't believe in him yet, I respect that too. But I pray that one day you'll have a relationship with him that will sustain you through the most horrible times. I told Kenny on my videos I haven't really said a lot about God and my relationship with Christ, and it's like, because sometimes I don't know what I'm saying, as you can tell as I'm rambling on and on. But Jesus is my everything. And I got angry the other day. I did. For the first time, I was angry at God. I took my devotions I do every morning. I threw them in our recycling trash can out in the garage. They're retrieved now, by the way. I was angry. But, this is not of God. God does not want us to suffer. God is our deliverer. He is our hope. He is the great physician. He is our healer. He is the great I am, because he is everything for all people. And I just cling to that. And I hope you guys do too. And I'm glad that this will be seen on YouTube with, the couple thousand that are watching it. And if you don't have a relationship with Jesus, you know what? Hey, then I'm praying for you. And, because you've been praying for me. And, anyway, I think I was going to sign off about 10 minutes ago, so that kind of reminds me of my mom. When I talk to my mom on the phone, it's, she'll say goodbye like about 10 different times before you actually get off the phone, so, I kind of feel like that's what I've been doing, I guess because I get pretty lonely, and there's nobody really to hear, nobody to talk to, unless you want to turn on CNN and yell at the TV, and, but I don't do that anymore. In fact, guys, this changes you so drastically that I don't want to speak negative about anybody. I don't want to think a negative thought. I don't want to, and certainly it causes you to, but then when you realize what you've done, you're like, I don't want to be that person. I want to be the best person I can be. I want to get through this to the other side, and I want to become and be the best person that I could ever imagine being. And I don't want to get angry at anybody for anything. I just don't. It eats us alive. And right now we're in a very angry time in this country, and it's so heartbreaking. So no matter who you voted for, don't be angry tomorrow. Just, because things could be so much worse than whoever's going to be president. And we just have to continue to pray for our country. Pray for our medical profession. Pray for the pharmaceutical companies. Pray for the laws to change about things that they haven't even talked about yet. So, all right. Clearly, this video has become huge. Don't know if I did that right or not. Anyway. But, a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be. So, but hey, I laughed for now. So, I'm signing off in all my glory, my wrinkles, my sags, my bags, my hair that keeps falling out. So I just went and chopped it off, and, so, hey, if anybody wants to volunteer a haircut, come on over, because I could desperately need one. But, your hair kind of turns to straw and then just, falls out. Just another side effect of everything. So it's going to be nice to feel pretty again one day. And, but I have somebody who tells me I'm beautiful every day, despite how ugly I feel. And his name is Kenny. And, I love him. I love you guys. And God bless you guys. And for real this time, I'm signing off. And I don't have a remote thing or whatever, so I always look silly when I reach across the phone or folder, but that's what I'm about to do. So, anyway, okay. I will see you next time. I will keep you posted on what happens with the doctor's appointment. Maybe just a real brief, short one to let you know what happened, but I wanted to go ahead and do this before, so, just to kind of update you guys and give you, ask for your prayers for this appointment. And, so that's about it. And I just had a text message pop up on my screen, which is now blocking my face. And don't think that'll actually come out on the video, but hey, I have no idea. It looked kind of weird. So anyway, love you guys, and God bless. Grateful for everything. If you'd like my phone number, hey, it's nice to just talk. If you can, I might not sound as good as I do right now. If you want to come go walk with me sometime, or you just anything, I'll take it. Okay. See you soon. Bye.